Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today we are going to take a look at the heroes of the 501st Legion. So these come from Hasbro. They're part of the Star Wars Black Series line. First off, in the middle, we have the beloved character Captain Rex. This is an older figure released by Hasbro back in 2017. So it's kind of crazy. This figure is practically 7 years old. For me, it feels like it just came out yesterday. Over here on our right and our left, identical figures. This was released last year. This was the Star Wars Black Series 50th Anniversary Lucasfilm Archive 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And on the back, it's described as an elite unit of clone troopers. The 501st Legion patrolled the grounds after their siege of the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. Most people will remember the 501st Legion as being Anakin's clone troopers. For Captain Rex, real quick, let's take a look at his bio. This was figure number, I think, 59 in the Black Series line. Clone Captain Rex served the Republic during the Clone Wars, often taking orders from Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano. He viewed military service as an honor, and he always completed his missions. So we're going to take a look at these 501st Clone Troopers. Let's begin first with the archive figure. Wonderful card backing for the archive collection. Card back's nice. It's very simple. Nice, decent-sized bubble with a beautiful illustration. I believe this is done by artist Gregory Titus. The Clone Trooper is adorned in the 501st Legion colors with the blue and the white. Alright, first, let's take a look at the Clone Trooper blaster. Now, this is kind of something that always plagued the Black Series. You know, often the accessories are kind of warped. As you can see, it's not perfectly straight. And then let's examine the figure. In my opinion, we don't get enough Stormtroopers and Clone Troopers. I kind of feel like every wave should always have at least one Stormtrooper or one Clone Trooper, just because it's easier. It would make it easier for collectors and fans to army build. Even though Hasbro does release army building packs that I believe you could buy directly through them, it'd be nice if you could just walk into like a store and just see, you know, a Stormtrooper or a Clone Trooper just, you know, readily available. You know, in my experience, I always find that the Stormtroopers and the Clone Troopers, you know, they always sell out. Just because, you know, for the mere fact that people, you know, want to amass sizable armies of them. The detailing's nice. You know, there's some battle scarring on his armor. He's no longer a shiny. You know, this one's seen some battlefield action. The articulation for the Clone Troopers is as follows. His head moves. Does he look down a little bit? Does he look up? Not so much. Here's the articulation in his arms. You'll notice that the shoulder piece collides with the chest armor up there. There's a swivel, upper bicep, double pinned elbows, wrist articulation. There's a cut mid-torso. And then his legs are articulated as well. Nice movement. Kicking outward, not so much. And there's his leg articulation. Overall, fantastic figure. If you're a fan of the 501st, you know, this is a definite must purchase. Especially if you're a fan of Revenge of the Sith and you prefer the newer phase armor as opposed to the one that we saw in Attack of the Clones. Right, up next, let's get to Captain Rex, the beloved character from the Clone Wars. Here he is in his updated armor. He has the helmet with the weld marks, as well as the body plates over there with the weld markings as well. He comes with his kama is actually soft fabric. It's not plastic. Again, nice illustration by artist Gregory Titus. It kind of blows my mind that this figure came out back in 2017. For some reason in my head, it feels like I just bought this like like a few years ago. I kind of miss the older style Black Series packaging, but I don't mind the carded archive collection. I like how that's done. It's done really well. Alright, so if Rex in the tray looks really nice. He comes with his trademark dual blasters. Here's his helmet. Unlike the rest of the clones, he kind of customized his helmet. He kind of like kit bashed it together. You can see the weld marks. It incorporates different pieces from the different clone armors. The rangefinder is articulated like that. He has his tally marks on the top of his helmet. Here's his two pistols. Rex is often seen dual wielding the pistols in the cartoon. Nice likeness to actor Tamora Morrison. Now, what was interesting about this figure is that, you know, this is based off of Captain Rex, and at the time when the figure came out, you know, Tamora Morrison, even though he did portray the clones in the movies, he never actually portrayed Captain Rex in live action. A lot of the clones, of course, you know, they're kind of a little bit more individualized with like different hairstyles. If you remember the cartoon, Rex kind of had like a very white, blondish, really short hair. Again, you see the weld marks on his body armor. Personally, I actually like Rex's first helmet. I mean, the new one was nice, but there was something about the older design that I liked a lot. I was a bigger fan of the earlier phase armor than the one that came later in Revenge of the Sith. I just liked the helm design better. I thought it looked a little bit cooler. He has the pauldron over the one shoulder. Again, there's some more tally marks on his forearm and his hand. He doesn't look as battle worn as the previous trooper that we looked at, but he does have some scarring on his knees, some faint dusting of brown and tan on his legs. Articulation, his head moves, looks down pretty good. Does he look up? Not so much. Articulation, the arm is pretty much, it's actually better than the 501st Trooper. As you can see, his arm goes all the way up, and then the shoulder piece goes under, whereas with this figure, it just collides with the upper piece of the body armor and doesn't really go up. He does have the articulation, upper bicep, double pinned elbows, a lot of motion mid-torso, legs kick up, and they kick out about the same as the previous clone that we looked at. And let's get the helmet on him. It's kind of a tight fit. And that completes the look. The one thing I appreciate a lot about the helmet is that it's not too large. It's a very snug fit, but at the same time, it doesn't look too large on his body. In some cases, well, like with the helmets on other figures, when you put them on, they're just a little bit too big. But I kind of feel that the proportions here are just right. Now, if you're wondering if the shades of blue kind of match, let's take a look. You know, there's like a 7-year difference between these figures when they came out. So a slight different shade of blue, but it's kind of within the same ballpark of each other. You're not going to notice it on camera, but in person you will. This one here is actually a little bit darker. But yeah, it's great. If you can amass a couple of these, and then you can have Rex, you know, you can build up your own little 500 first. So it's awesome. And there's the other 500 first troopers as well, that are out there. I mean, the clones are just awesome. I mean, they made a bunch of the different squads. You know, I think there was a Commander Bly. You know, he was from the 327th Star Corps. And there's Rex. I believe he was it 2 something? I can't remember the exact number. But yeah, this is great. So let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.